2 days ago, Cardano dipped to $1.52 before rising back up to $1.82 yesterday. Today, Cardano crashes to $1.47. Right now, $1.63. In this video, I'm going to break down that volatility and discuss exactly what we need to anticipate moving forward. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe, hit the like on the way in, especially if you're right now in that live stream. Smash the like button for me. Let's get those YouTube algorithms so bullish, they don't even know what to do with themselves. I appreciate everybody cruising by. All right, let's see. I have so many tabs open on the screen. It all kind of starts here. Elon Musk. I mean, this triggered it. It doesn't matter where we are in the charts. The technicals are playing out. We always use, I don't care if it's bad news. I don't care if it's a tweet from Elon Musk. We use these things. When they drive price in a certain direction, we use these things alongside the technicals. And we're going to do that today. But I think what stands out to me on this tweet is the solution. And I tweeted the solution. I replied to Elon. ADA. ADA is a solution to whatever his gripe is, right, with Bitcoin. We have a lot of support there, over 1,800 likes on that tweet. And that was just like a few hours ago. So smash that like button on the way in, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out with me tonight as we break down what's going on. I also tweeted shortly after. I said, I'm kind of tired of Elon tweets. Moving Bitcoin in crypto markets is an entire market of people that fickle. It's one person. And it's, tell me you don't agree with that. It's like one person tweets and really the markets crash. That's crazy to me to think about that. And it's such an emotional market. And I think as we do technical analysis on this channel all the time, it's good to point that out, how emotional this market is. One man can tweet and move the entire market. So I want to start here. This is the ADA BTC pair. I put it in the title of the video. Cardano dominance rising. It's rising. This is a daily chart. It started, kind of back here towards, really January area. We got this breakout for Cardano. And I actually should say it started kind of last year in May. We got that first swing high. We consolidated January, another swing high, and then another swing high. We came back down. We put in this entire higher low. This was just an incredible consolidation on the ADA BTC pair. And then we got the breakout now to the upside. We got a breakout through this Fibonacci resistance that I was just talking about not long ago. This is a daily chart. We were tracking this. I think it was literally May 6th. I think it was like this daily candle maybe. I could be wrong. But we were tracking the Fibonacci resistance. It broke through. And ADA BTC right now looking really solid. We can always have room to the downside, but we're looking for continuation for the remainder of this bull market, really. This is what happens in the last bull market. The Bitcoin dominance chart shows you exactly what's happening right now. BTC losing dominance, and it's not just against Cardano, it's against altcoins in general. BTC losing dominance. It happened back here going into the end of the last bull market, and really just the entire bull market in general. Bitcoin losing its dominance against altcoins. And this is what's happened now. And look, remember, we talk about Bitcoin entering the bull market doors right back here. This was in November. We always look at that chart on Bitcoin. I always talk about it. November, Bitcoin enters a bull market. Look what's happened since then. Bitcoin dominance falling. It's as anticipated. I did a video, or I actually tweeted this. This was May 2nd, 10 days ago. I made a BTC ADA trade the other day in my crypto IRA. I literally moved a Bitcoin to Cardano in my IRA tax-free because I was looking at this chart and I'm like, dude, Cardano's getting ready to go. And I don't remember exactly what day it was, but that's ended up being a great trade. I don't talk about iTrust a lot, but if you're long-term in this space, if you have some, you kind of want to put away, store up long-term, iTrust Capital, awesome team. You can self-trade your crypto in your IRA, tax-free, and it's sick. They're not paying me to do this little commercial for you. I have my referral link. I'll get paid on that if anybody signs up. But I literally just like this product, made a sick trade. It's tax-free, 24-hour trading. It's a 1% trade fee. It is what it is. It's not that bad in the general long-term scheme of things at all. And dominance on BTC pair looking really good for Cardano. I want to break down what is happening right now on these charts for Cardano, because I don't want to throw out hopium, but there are some things right now happening that could potentially be a really, really cool setup, a really cool bullish setup. And we're going to actually start here. And this is a daily chart. This is back in November. Oddly enough, right when the bull market was kind of getting started. Here's Shelly hard fork basically happening. And then we kind of consolidate after that. Fell into an ascending triangle. And I want to show you this clip from back then. And this was in November of 2020, 16 cent Cardano. Check this out. And the most extreme of all extremes, really, and I talk about this in all my videos, revisiting patterns, pattern breakout areas, which would essentially be the triangle trend line, right? So that's around 11 cents, a little bit more than 11 cents. Now, so Cardano is just killing it, 16, 17 cents. Everybody's going crazy. We're enjoying it. We broke out of an ascending triangle, and there I am doing it again, talking about a dip back to the ascending triangle and the trend line of that ascending triangle, the apex of the ascending triangle. And smash that like button, everybody, on the way in. And this is how it played out. This is how it played out. Cardano tanked. It went up a little bit more, 19 cents after I did that video, but boom, right back down to the apex of the triangle, to the upper trend line of the triangle, before just continuation just into the bull market. Before continuation, we're talking 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. We've been tracking it. It's been fun. Now, if we go to a daily chart here, look at this, an ascending triangle, even larger. I mean, this ascending triangle has been just crazy to track with you all for just weeks and weeks and weeks. We got the kind of fake breakout to the downside. We got the pullback to the apex, right? We talk about getting that pullback to the apex. It's based off of a 63% pullback rate. It's a technical reason. There's a technical reason we were talking about a pullback, how it would be bullish for Cardano. It played out bullish. We cruised up through the apex. We broke out to the $1.80 area, right? But now, remember, we broke it out of the upper trend line. And so what we have in play and what's kind of happened now is this, the flip end of it. You're experiencing all sides of an ascending triangle. The flip end of it is the throwback, 64% of the time. And this is based off of ascending triangles in bull markets. So 64% of the time we see throwbacks. And look at this. This is a throwback to the trend line, upper trend line, and really the lower trend line. We've tracked this. We've extended it out. Cardano getting just a perfect throwback to these areas right now. And it is a really good area to sit back, to allow Cardano to consolidate to, but also to evaluate and now watch for confirmation. It could be the most bullish setup for continuation to $2.50, but you have to really be patient with it. We have to track it. That's why I said I don't want to throw out hopium to you right now, because I really don't, but this could be a really good bullish setup for Cardano. Notice the 20-day moving average right here, this wick to the 20-day moving average in this move, right? Breakout to the upside, back down to these trend lines, hitting the 20-day moving average. Let's go back to that move back here. This is on the daily chart. Cardano breaking out of the ascending triangle, wick back down right into the 20-day moving average, confluent with the upper trend line of that triangle. Yes, it was like we're in the 15 cent range talking about this. Well, 19 cent to like 11 cent range, but the technical setup is exactly the same as what we have here on the daily chart. So that's important to note. Now, somebody said, no, give us hope. Well, listen, I mean, I'm trying not to give you hope, but when I look at these charts and I'm long-term bullish, I'm like, come on, like, let this be the bullish setup. Let this be the bullish throwback for support that we want to see. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I talk about these throwbacks all the time. And I get more bullish when we get a bounce off of the second touch, right? I'm not as bullish. A lot of people will just automatically go long when this trend line's broken. I like to conservatively wait for throwbacks. And in this case, we've gotten one. And now I'm looking for a bounce to the upside. So let's start kind of evaluating what's happening on the short term now. And let's kind of try and break this down. And it's a little dicey. I mean, the volatility. In the intro, I said, 2 days ago, we're at $1.52. Yesterday, we're at $1.82. Today, we're at $1.47. The volatility there, it gets very difficult to track, to find structure on these charts. And I see some super chats coming in. I'm sorry the thing is scrolling so fast, but I appreciate you. Thanks for that. Appreciate your work, super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you for just cruising along here with me through this volatility. But this is yesterday. So $1.70 something, $1.78, almost $1.80. We're talking about resistance. We're talking about just a dip back down to this Fibonacci. And that was like $1.58 on the 786. And you can see I'm on a 6-hour chart. This is what that looks like. Now, we kind of had a 6-hour close just below that support area. But we really quickly opened up a new 6-hour candle and we're back above. To me, this is support. This is that first level of support. This is kind of a really good dip by the dip area. I'm sure a lot of you out there, a lot of people I think were buying this dip. And this is why I do these Fibonacci retracements. Now, if Elon Musk would have tweeted earlier in the day, I think these candles might have been even closing within the actual Fibonacci support area that we've been tracking. Long story short, though, we've revisited the trend line. This is what it looks like on the 6-hour, that huge ascending triangle. We got the throwback to that area. And just notice, we even got a throwback to this Fibonacci, this kind of more midterm Fibonacci that we were talking about. And I think I talked about it mainly the other day in a video. It's this last swing low to this swing high run up, and we have this Fibonacci support area down here. That was $1.47 to $1.37. Cardano actually wicked right to that area on the chart. Somebody might have been lucky enough to scoop up $1.47 a little bit earlier. But what's really important as we not only try to get structure here, and also as we kind of just try and step outside of the emotionality of these markets, what's really important, I talked about this the other day. This was 2 days ago when we're talking about both of these Fibonacci areas. This actually was a different short-term Fibonacci support, but very similar to the one I was just discussing. But check this clip out really quick. When scaling in, when buying dips, it's good to look at these Fibonacci support areas and potentially set, buy levels, right? Don't go all in at one area. And this isn't financial advice. This is just kind of an approach that I think works. Light buy, reserving some for that crazy capitulation to the downside, capitulation to the downside, reserving some for the capitulation to the downside. I have people asking me, like people text me, hey Dan, like when should I buy? What should I do? This is like what I tell them. And I can't I can't put it any other way, but just to reserve fiat for these situations. And I'm talking about it up here. And then here I am 2 days later and it played out, right? So this could have been a really good light buy. And then this could be a very good heavier buy. And maybe some of you have done that. And we're not out of the woods right now. And I want to talk about that for a second. This is nice. Boom, back down. Nice little wick on the 6-hour here. We're getting a bit of short-term support, but we're totally not out of the woods. This Fibonacci down here is still 100% on my mind. That $1.37 to $1.47 area. I would not be surprised if markets fail to recover on the short term here and Cardano's dipping another 10 to 16%, testing these areas. It's something you want to be mindful of. It's something you want to be ready for. On the short term, though, we can start. If I want to give you some hopium, it would be this. We have to track this short-term Fibonacci resistance now because we want to try and break free of this short-term story of lower highs. We don't want to fall into that trend, that downward trend of lower highs, lower lows, and we're just sinking. We don't want that. To break that trend, this is why we use Fibonacci's. This is short term, very short term on the hourly. Swing high to that swing low wick that we just had. And this is the current Fibonacci resistance area. You can see Cardano is literally just entering it right now. It is the 618 at $1.64 to the 786 at $1.69. So let's just call it $1.64 to $1.70. That is the resistance channel. We want to see Cardano start breaking that. We want to see Cardano get separation from it. We want to see Cardano flip it to support for a reversal. That's just how these things play out on the screen. We use Fibonacci all the time. I probably say Fibonacci like 100 times in each video, but we use it because it is the best confirmation area, not only in the short-term charts, but on the long terms. I mean, this is how we differentiate the start and end to market cycles as well. This is how we found the bottom of the last bear market. And this is how we talked about the entry of this current bull market in November, utilizing the Bitcoin chart. So this is the same type of thing, but on the very short term. So $1.70 to $1.64 resistance for Cardano. Cardano right now at $1.66. We want to see, we really want to see it explode to the upside. I would love to see Cardano get back into the $1.70s, but again, I'm just not convinced just yet that Cardano is out of the woods, meaning, you know, we get this quick crash to the downside, pulled back up. We're putting in a lower high potentially right now, and we're going to continue struggling, coming back down, maybe testing this trend line that we've just talked about a lot, which is extension of that huge ascending triangle. And then maybe we're trickling back down to the $1.47, $1.37. You want to be aware of it, be mindful of it. People ask me all the time, when should I buy? And I'm not going to sit here and say buy that, but from my approach, that's kind of what I see on the charts. And so far, it's played out. I mean, light buy area here, you know, probably played out nicely, right? Because we bounced right back up. Heavier buy here. It makes sense to me. But don't take that as financial advice. Take the data, do what you will. So that's what I'm watching on the short-term charts. But I'm telling you, I think the most intriguing thing happening right now in crypto is what we see happening on the ADA BTC pair. And if you have other alts that you're loving, right? It's probably those altcoins as well. It's not just the ADA BTC pair, but it's just really looking strong for altcoins right now. Bitcoin dominance falling, and I think the one thing that's different too. I want to just say this: we're getting so much similarity. This bull market, right, compared to this bull market. This was the last bull market. This is a weekly chart zoomed out. So much similar movement on the dominance chart. But one thing I think that's happening is not only from a technical level is Bitcoin losing dominance, I just think from a market sentiment level, people are just kind of like, you know, there are some ridiculously awesome projects. Cardano, for instance, solving some insane issues, challenges, global challenges. And Cardano's not the only one. And I think people are like, you know, waking up to, hey, Bitcoin isn't the only option. Why does Bitcoin have to be the only option? And you know me, I like Bitcoin. I would never sit here and talk bad about Bitcoin at all. However, I think the Bitcoin maximalism talking points are getting old. They're getting tired. They're getting weak. And altcoins like Cardano proving that to be true. The charts, the data proving that to be true. You can't argue with it. So those are my thoughts on Cardano right now. Be aware, be mindful of this very short-term resistance. Let's kind of see how let's track how Cardano interacts with that area up to $1.70 and, you know, to the downside. Once again, support potentially $1.47, $1.37. If it happens, if overnight these markets get weak again and we're going down, how does Cardano interact with that? We're seeing some wick action, but let's see. Let's all throw some hopium at the charts and let's see if Cardano can get that beautiful bounce. Let's get to 1,000 likes. We're at 935 out of 3,500 people. I appreciate all of you cruising by. Bruno Castro says buy the dips is no big deal. This was no big deal. I agree. I really agree. Someone said Bitcoin turning into the aging high school prom king. Zapato says Fibonacci. So I appreciate everybody. Hit that like, hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Let's see what Cardano does. Cardano, I'm telling you, look at that. That daily throwback to that ascending triangle comparative to the one that happened back here that we were tracking all the way back. And when was this? 16 cents, November 23rd. Such a similar throwback. Would love to see if we can get that continuation that happened back then. That's kind of what's on my radar on that mid to long term to see if we get that long term bounce here. But we got to track it on the short term. So I appreciate you. Have an awesome night. I will see you all in the next video. Make sure you're staking your Cardano, everybody, earning those passive rewards. It's easy, the click of a button, easy as 1, 2, 3. Earn those rewards. Have a good night. God bless.